News 10 NBC Sports with Rich Donnelly.
X doesn't always mark the spot. It's not often that we get treasure hunting stories in sports, but this quest for buried gold in Canandaigua Lake certainly fits, like a perfectly sized ring.
So right then and there I knew, wow, holy cow, here's a pretty significant find.
Gary Governick has been searching for lost items for years, and with the help of his trusty metal detector, business has been good. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Our story begins on Canandaigua Lake, or more specifically, scuba diving with a metal detector in Canandaigua Lake.
I wanted to go where most people don't go. So we threw the dive gear on, my buddy and I, and we went out in deeper water.
On a day off around the 4th of July, Governick and a friend went diving with a metal detector. They weren't looking for anything in particular, but one item caught Governick's eye.
And I was just kind of scooting back towards the boat with him, and bing, 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 I get that nice signal I like to hear in my headphones, and I'm like, wow, this could be something good. There it was, a ring. I bring it up to the top of the surface with my buddy and show it to him, and we start rubbing it and looking at it. We're like, holy cow, this is more than just a ring. This is something that is sentimental to somebody that lost it. It's a Hall of Fame ring.
More specifically, it was Dick Gamble's American Hockey League Hall of Fame ring. The former AMERKS career leading scorer was part of the 2007 AHL Hall of Fame class, just the second class to ever be inducted. But unlike many of the other rings he's found throughout the years, Governick does not want to keep this ring.
It has a better home than me taking it to a pawn shop or sitting in a box and handing it down to somebody in my family. It has a better home than that, and it belongs with the owner and their family.
And that leads us to Gary Governick's next treasure hunt. He hopes to find Dick Gamble and give his ring back personally.
Wow.
That is fascinating.
That is so cool.
I'd love to hear the story about how that ring ended up in Canandaigua Lake.
Oh,
Hopefully
yeah.
we get that one.
Okay. He says, we have that story. All right. Thanks so much.
Now, News 10 NBC Sports with Rich Donnelly.
This is the ring that started a treasure hunt. It's former Rochester American captain Dick Gamble's AHL Hall of Fame ring, and it was found by a scuba diver in Canandaigua Lake. Tonight we have a happy update to the story to share with everyone. This afternoon, Gary Governick returned Dick Gamble's ring in person. But here's where the story takes another interesting turn. Notice that there are two Hall of Fame rings sitting next to each other. More specifically, they are identical Hall of Fame rings. Same name, same year, and for that part of the story, we'll turn things over to Dick Gamble's son, Craig.
My wife and I were boating one day on Canandaigua Lake, and it was about 3 years ago that I lost the ring. And we were just swimming and having a fun time, and the ring slid right off of my hand when I jumped into the lake, and the problem was that I didn't realize it right away. You know, I was really heartbroken and didn't have the heart to tell my parents that I had lost it. I did quietly go out to the AHL and had it approved that we could have another ring made for us. And so I had that second ring made and just put it on my hand like nothing ever happened until the day that Gary found the ring.
A ring that was returned, even if the owner didn't know it was missing.
I think I have something that belongs to you. In fact, I know it belongs to you. It's got your name on it.
I'm glad that Gary really returned it, and we are thankful, all the family, for being a great individual.
Yeah, I've given a lot of rings back in the past that are class rings or other rings, and sometimes they're not appreciated as much as, and I can see today that the family does appreciate it, so it brings a good warm feeling.
And since there are two rings, what will the family do with them?
I'll probably wear the second ring, the ring that was remade, and we'll keep the nice one. My dad will either wear it or we'll keep it under lock and key, but we definitely won't go be swimming in the lake with jewelry any longer.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Chalk that up to a lesson learned, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I've got to say, I would probably do the same thing as Dick's son. I wouldn't have the heart to tell my dad that I lost something so sentimental and valuable to him.
It was a good plan.
It was a good
until he got caught.
Note to self, can't keep alive for too long.
That's right. Rich, thanks.
Rich, thank you.